potential. Now, there's something about it that I must emphasize. Africa, you know, Nigeria is still better than many African countries. As well as we are. If you are talking about countries, you're also talking about. In the competitiveness index, Nigeria is number 14 in Africa, or number 15. Even in West Africa, we are within number 5. That means out of 55 African countries, Nigeria is better than about 40 countries. As bad as we think we are. And I'm not saying we're not bad, we have our issues. But I'm saying some other countries have worse issues. Now, why am I saying that? That means if you say we are not producing, they are also not producing. They are also not producing. As much as they should do, they are also not producing. Meaning you will not be able to sell to them commodities. What are you going to sell to them? Value added manufactured goods. Does that make sense? Yeah. Value added goods. And if you go and check the data of what's living in Nigeria right now, most of the time going to Africa is mostly value added. And by the way, the person that said, when you never talk about the word, export is more than import. Export has always been more than import in Nigeria. Have you forgotten that we do good oil? I'm sure the person thought we are talking about commodities. What's the name? I don't know now. Non-oil is just, as I told the NBC last year, was about 5.4 billion. But Nigeria network was about 70 billion. What happened to the other? Oil and gas. Oil and gas. So export has always been more than import. Only that the export is largely dependent on what? Oil. So now that the price has come down, it's a challenge, right? Budget benchmark for crude oil for budget was 75. Crude oil now is about 60 or even below 60 per barrel. So that's a challenge already. But we are always exporting crude, either by speeding to export or by official export. By exporting anyway. You know, the interesting thing about data is, even though sometimes when government quote the data of what we exported, the global data shows that we exported more. Yes, now, because if you don't record in Nigeria, the country is even record it. And we record it from Nigeria, so we will see. So when NBS gives the data, it's always lower than what WTO release or other agencies around the world. Why? Because there are a lot of, like former speaker said, under the table, informal export, under the table export. Now, what am I saying is, look at this. These are Nigerian exports to Africa. You will not to different part of the world. You might not speak very well, but let me see if I can show you. You see Agri. You see this long one, that's Asia. You see this Agri. You see this one, that's Europe. Now, this is solid mineral, right? Can you see? I don't think it's solid mineral. But still manufacture good. Where do you think this is going to? Africa. Now, what this is telling you is that majority of Nigerian manufactured goods goes to where? Why? Because we're better off than other African countries. We're better than other African countries. So we should export of finished goods to African countries. So that means if you are going to do well under AfCFTA, you are not going to focus on commodity, you are going to focus on Indomie, malt, CO2, fertilizer. Now you notice all those things I mentioned. You don't need to produce them. I'm an exporter. Should I tell you what I export? Should I tell you? Blue, Italian, blue, sponge. Yes, sponge. What the local and the rubber. Sponge. They want to use to buy it. They want to use it to buy it. I don't think they are about to use it, so they are watching. Then of course, Indomie. Now, all that I mentioned, I don't produce them. I'm saying you don't need to be the producer of what you are exporting. Does that make sense? You don't need to be the producer. In fact, you are helping the SMEs when you buy from them for export. And some of them produce for you in your brand. That is, I can create my brand. So I don't need to be the one producing. Don't, in fact, in our opinion, if you have the money, don't set up a factory. Buy it to sell. When you create the market, then set up a factory. That time, factory will easily give you money sell because you have a market to sell. So manufacture good, feed good. Next time, please. Now, during COVID, if you are looking for manufacturing to export, this is how you want to focus on. During COVID, look at what happened during COVID. During COVID, the casualties, tourism, aviation, automobile, construction, real estate, manufacturing. You see the people that are running COVID, medical supply, food processors, personal care products like cosmetics, ICT, e-commerce, agriculture. Do you know why these people won? Can you remember why they won? When I think they won, they are the one that there is still demand for them in spite of the fact that we are all in the house. Do you know why? We need them for survival. If you say that you must stop, then go to job. You must eat. So all the things we need daily for survival as a human are the things we should focus on when we are exporting in Africa. Do you know why? Do you know why? If you check the majority of African countries, they are either lower middle or low income economy. Low income economy, average person earn less than $1,000 per annum. Lower middle between $1,000 and about $4,000 per annum. Upper middle between $4,000 and $12,000 per annum. More than $12,000 per annum is high income economy. But most countries in Africa are either lower middle and what? Low income. And with the high level of inflation, the disposable income of the population has been eroded. So what do they buy? What they need for survival. So if you are going to sell in Africa, please focus on these items. Those are the things that will try more because that is what people are buying because they need to survive. Next slide, please. And data is showing that already. Data is showing that already. You can see food beverages is longer, retail product a lot more than all other. Next slide. Next slide. Now, this is top exporter in Africa. Africa, South Africa, Nigeria. Nigeria has gone to number 3 now because of our. We are still exporting, but the value of our export has gone down. You don't understand. When you look at it, the value has gone down because of the devaluation. Angola, Algeria, Libya, because whenever you export, and eventually they convert to dollar, the value comes down. Next slide. So look at intra-EU trade, about 70%. Intra-Asian trade, how much? Now, intra-Africa, 17. Now it has come down. 17. Can you see why EU is the one making the money? Because the majority of the trade is among themselves. Next slide, please. Now, there is a huge potential for manufacturing export in Africa. Huge potential. Huge potential. The fact that African countries currently import this product now, we did a research as an organization. We found about 90 products that you can sell in Africa, both value add, agro commodity, and manufactured goods. The fact that African countries import this product means majority of them will be under the 90% product that is said to be non-sensitive that you can easily ship to African country without duty. Next slide. AfCFTA did a research and showed majority of the product. You see that green at the end? The thick green at the beginning is the total export potential, but the last one is the untapped potential. Untapped, and you can see a lot of food items, beauty and cosmetics, fish and shellfish. Next slide. So let's go through what you can sell in Africa. What does Africa currently import? Petroleum products, cars, crude oil, wheat, drugs, rice, petrol gas, potato, raw sugar, insulated wire. And by the way, Nigerian insulated wire is in good demand in Africa. In fact, better than some of the one being imported from Europe. Nigerian insulated wire. Because of that, we don't explain this thing. We like to about bad news. Let's focus on the good news. The good news that Nigeria has products that are in high demand. What you need to do is to partner with those companies and see if you can be their distributors abroad, and they can give you agreement and the rights in those markets. But the fact is that because they are also certified, some countries we ask for some certification. You know some, right? You see the logo, that NIS logo, some countries need it on your product because they tested it and they love it and they buy it, even though it's made in Nigeria. Now, insulated wire, palm oil, these are billions of dollars. Corn, gold, food, rubber footwear, pesticides, furniture, coal briquette, raw sugar, scented mixture, plastic leaf, malt extra, poultry meat, raw tobacco. Next line. Seeds, non-meat men's food, toilet paper, frozen cow meat, meat women's food, beauty product, processed fish, tea, hand liquor, knit t-shirt, raw tobacco, soap, plastic outwear, dry legume, beans, seed oil, baked goods, leather footwear, flavored water, bovine, salt and seasoning, soup, men's soup, knit men's soup, batteries, pasta, wheat flour, chocolate. Next slide. Margarine, edible offer. You know where edible offer is? Edible offer. Roundabout. You know roundabout, right? roundabout. The intestine. People sell, people import edible offers. Edible offers. Antibiotics, butter, soup and broth, fake air, raw cotton, dental product, onion, mattress, ceramic product, pig meat, salt, non-fillet fish, sheep and goat, groundnut, sorghum, egg, milk product, frozen vegetable, coconut oil, cereal, and water. These are what African countries are importing. Now, are they making ready to use? So that when you think of export, please think less of cocoa, cashew, ginger, gum and rabbit. I'm not saying you should not do it though. The challenge is that they are now very expensive, right? They're very expensive. The cost is high. And even if you have the money, in my opinion, it's too much risk to carry for you starting. Maybe you can do that later. And funny enough, the margins are thin. But for the good thing is that now the exchange rate is not better because of the exchange rate differential. Next slide. So now, look at Nigerian export. 2023, last year was about 70 billion. 2023, 61 billion. Can you see better number and gas? Can you see? This year, import was about 55 billion. So export is always more than import. Let's expand that side. Next slide. Nitrogen fertilizer, cocoa. Last year, NEPC report. This Q1 NEPC report. You see these two products are the major contributor to Nigerian export. Major contributor. One of the reasons is because cocoa price has gone up. Cocoa is about 8, 9, 10,000, usually about $3,000. So that is our export volume. The second is fertilizer. Dangote has come up. Element is already there. Notorious chemical is there. A number of other producers, non-producers. With Dangote, so our volume has gone up significantly because of the production. And you can export this. In fact, I was telling someone I was talking about you want to export fertilizer. You can export fertilizer. You can partner with Dangote and export fertilizer. And you can buy it from them and export. Now, I'm saying all this so that you understand the fact that when you are thinking of export, ladies and gentlemen, think less of commodity. I've not done commodity in the last 4 or 5 years. But I have clients that I support, I work with, I do commodity. And this thing I don't do personally, I just feel when you export commodity, you export job and you export poverty. Because when you export commodity, someone else is going to be the one. In fact, total cocoa demand in the world, total demand for cocoa is about $12 billion. Total. Do you know the demand for chocolate? About over $30 billion. So who is making money from cocoa? And 75% of cocoa production is from West Africa. 75%. Who is making money from cocoa? Who is making money? Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, US. They are not making money. Why? Because they are not adding value to it. Good enough, there are small businesses in Nigeria today who are adding value. We need to begin to add value to it. Some countries will not want you to add value because you take the job away. So they are going to put non-tariff barrier. Look for market in Africa. Look for market in Asia. European have issues with you adding value. They don't want you to add value to it. Because when you add value to it, you take away their job. Gold! Now, you see that gold figure? That's not what we see on Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Because most of the gold in Nigeria, they use helicopter to move it away from the bush. Yes. But the country receiving it is going to record it. Even though NEPC will not have that data. Nairobi will not have that data. MBA will not have, CBA will not have that data. They use helicopter to go inside the bush and move it out. That's what you think. Insurgency in Nigeria by there's a deliberate effort to create insurgency, take away the natives, put militant there and mine Nigeria away. That's what is happening in a number of these places. These guys have, because they have a lot of money, so they can easily import all these foreign agents. And when they finish their job, those people refuse to go. They will begin to take our people, kidnap them, and collect money because they still have to go with them, and they will use the money of kidnap to buy bullet and begin to continue to terrorize Nigeria. It's unfortunate that this happens to us, but this is the reality in our country. Gold, special gold cheap, coconut, Brazil nut, and other oilseeds. Next slide, please. Cocoa beans, coconut, and other Brazil nut. Can you see spices expanded? You shall see cocoa beans 33% of the $2 billion. Next slide, please. Then you have the cocoa beans and others food item. Can you see soya beans meal? Can you see cocoa base? Next slide. Coconut, Brazil nut, soya beans, coconut flour, oily seed. Next slide. Crustaceans, shrimps, milk product, processed gold, raw gold. Can you see? Other product in exported from Nigeria. Processed gold, raw gold. Next slide, please.
Watch out for the next part of this training on our YouTube channels, Voice of African Trade or Global Trade College.